This is my third time studying for the MCAT, and let me tell you, this time is different. So here's all the things that I wish I've known sooner, mistakes I refuse to repeat, and everything I've changed. If you're studying for the MCAT, trust me, you don't want to make the same mistakes that I did. So let's get into it.
What's happening? Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm! Wait.
My first time studying for the test, I thought I had to memorize everything, and that was wrong. My second time studying for the test, I spent way too much time on content review. I spent too much time and money on passive review rather than active recall. I spent time reading the textbooks, and I thought just because I seen it a few times, maybe in the textbook or in class, that I was going to be able to recall that for the test, and guess what?
I didn't.
I also ignored physics and thought that I would just figure it out later. Newsflash,
I didn't.
I also didn't do practice tests or Q banks to increase my stamina. The MCAT is a 7-hour test. You have to be able to sit down and focus for that long. So here's what's different. This time I'm focusing on active recall and practice rather than just passive review. Before, I spent too much time reading and reviewing the textbooks rather than doing flashcards or practice questions. This time I do spaced repetition through Anki, I do my practice questions through Kaplan, then eventually I'll do them through UWorld when I buy it. I've been doing cards practices every other day, and I'm noticing some patterns. This time around, I've been logging all of my wrong answers and trying to track what I'm actually getting wrong and why. I've noticed that I get certain questions wrong consistently, so now I've been working on not getting them wrong. Before, if I was not practicing or wasn't learning from my mistakes, I wouldn't be able to know that I'm making the same mistakes over and over again. This time, I'm going to fix those mistakes before test day. Number 2, this time I'm studying consistently. I have a way better study schedule and practice better time management. Before, I just used to study whenever I felt like it, which wasn't consistent. This time around, I'm studying every day, in the morning before work, and then immediately after work. I study usually around from 5 p.m. to like 9-ish, sometimes later. No matter what it is, I'm working on something and being productive in some way. Rather if it's just Anki cards, Kaplan lectures, practice questions, anything to make sure that my brain is always working and I am learning the information. Number 3, I'm fixing my weak subjects early. Before, physics scared me, and honestly it still does, but now I'm attacking it head on this time. Now I attack my weakest subjects first. Don't be afraid of your weakest subjects. For me, it's physics and general chemistry. If you let your fear get in the way, it will hold you back on the test. I go heavier in those topics because I know I'm weaker there. It's something for me to build on. It would be a waste of time to spend so much time on something that I know that I'm good at. Let's work on the things that I know that I need help in. Number 4, I'll be taking full lengths and reviewing them properly. This time I'm treating full lengths like the real thing. Spending a full day or 3 to review them, making Anki cards from them, and then logging all of my mistakes in Excel. I'm working on it, logging them in Excel so I can track what type of questions I'm getting wrong, what foundations I'm lacking in, and then knowing why I got something wrong. Was it a content gap? Did I not understand the question? Did I misread the question? Because I do that a lot. Or did I just not understand what was being asked of me? Or did I confuse similar topics? I do that a lot too. Learning from my mistakes will help me grow and ensure that I don't make the same mistakes again. Number 5, I'm not studying alone anymore. Last time I realized that studying alone isn't the best. Sometimes you get unfocused, sometimes you just stare at a textbook and not understand what you're looking at. This time it will be different. So what am I using to not study alone? Well, I'm using you. That's right, I'm using you. You are my accountability partner. I do Study With Me lives weekly to ensure that I actually do, study. If you're struggling with your MCAT prep, don't worry. I've been there, clearly, a few times. But these changes are making a huge difference for me. If I've learned from my mistakes, you can too. So let's crush this test together. Comment below if you're struggling for the MCAT And what's your biggest struggle? Sometimes I feel like I'm fighting Mike Tyson in the 90s.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up.
Catch you in the next one.
Up all night, baby, when we gon' slide.